Replacing your cylinder head is no small task, and it only makes sense that you want it done correctly. You see, the cylinder head is a key component of your diesel engine. Together with the head gasket, it forms the combustion chamber essential for proper combustion. That's why getting the cylinder head installed correctly is crucial for your engine's well-being. Today, we'll delve into some common yet critical mistakes people make when installing a cylinder head and the potential problems these slip-ups can create for your diesel engine. Just keep in mind, these are general guidelines, and for engine-specific details, it's always a good idea to consult your manufacturer's instructions. Before we get into today's video, if you're looking to keep your diesel engine running at peak performance on the road, be sure to hit the subscribe button in your search for answers and engine components with our industry-leading technical service and parts featured here at HHP. Also, be sure to check highwayandheavyparts.com for our online resource library offering additional help for all major heavy-duty makes and models. Hit subscribe, get informed, get back on the road with America's trusted diesel engine parts supplier. To begin, we'll take a look at some common mistakes when installing the actual cylinder head. Then we'll move on to some of the incorrectly installed cylinder head components. Forgetting to clean the engine block and components. This is important because any dirt or debris in your engine can damage components during operation. You should also clean any additional components prior to install to keep debris from circulating through your engine and creating larger problems. Another common mistake is not installing the head bolts properly. Head bolts are the connecting element between the engine block, cylinder head, and head gasket. The bolt tightening force is an important factor for the mutual sealing of the combustion chamber, lubricant and coolant channels, and the ambient air. Be sure to follow the manufacturer recommended torque guidelines. You didn't install the dowel pins. These are used in conjunction with the head bolts to keep the cylinder head in proper alignment and properly sealed with the engine block. Tap the dowel pins into place on the block. Lower the cylinder head evenly into position on the alignment dowels to avoid damaging the head. Be sure to check for burring on the pins, which could lead to later problems as well. Not installing the head gaskets correctly. Improperly positioned gaskets won't seal correctly and can create combustion issues. Make sure the bolt holes are completely clean as well. Position the gasket on the engine block, most likely without any sealant or adhesive. Use of sealant depends on the gasket material, but most do not need it. Now, let's shift our focus to some common missteps that can occur when installing cylinder head related components. These mistakes have the potential to cause even more damage to your diesel engine. As we just mentioned, most gaskets nowadays don't require the use of sealant. Depending on the type, sealer could cause the gasket to deteriorate and fail. Next, installing worn fasteners. Be sure to evaluate your fasteners when you're deciding whether or not to reuse them. Wear or pitting on the bolts can lead to failure, so look for any sign of that. Even inspect new fasteners, as installing them bent or warped can create just as many problems. You want your fasteners to be straight, as free of wear as possible, and the proper length to ensure that everything fits together as it should. Make sure that your bolts have not stretched beyond their limit, and don't ever reuse bolts that are a one-time use only. Finally, ensure that the head gasket seals properly. A leak in the head gasket can allow oil into the cylinders, leading to high oil consumption in your engine. Paying attention to orientation marks and manufacturer instructions can help with this. Make sure your liner protrusion has been checked and is in spec before installing the head. Incorrect liner protrusion may lead to premature head gasket failure and possibly another cylinder head replacement. Now that we went over the common mistakes committed when installing the cylinder head, let's take a quick look at some failure issues that these mistakes can cause. Overheating. Excessive heat causes the head to expand and contract, which leads to cracking. Depending on the model, the head is sometimes made of a different material, which can make this problem worse. A crack in your diesel engine cylinder head could go through to your coolant passages, which allows compression gases from the combustion cycle to fill those coolant passages. This displaces the coolant, which causes the head to overheat in certain areas. This overheating tends to crack the head worse. White smoke can also be an indicator of cylinder head problems. In extreme situations, white smoke can come from the diesel engine itself, indicating that coolant has contaminated your oil due to a cracked or damaged head. It could also indicate exhaust gases escaping through the cylinder head, which signals the need to replace it. Excessive oil consumption. Sometimes the valves and valve guides will wear, or seals will come off and get dislodged, knocked, or forced out of position, allowing oil to enter the intake or exhaust ports of the head, which causes high oil consumption. Poor fuel economy. A decrease in your diesel engine's fuel economy could be caused by valves that aren't sealing and creating the right pressure in the combustion cycle. In this case, you'd be putting significantly more fuel in the engine to get the same amount of power. Our mission is to take the risk out of buying diesel engine parts for our customers. So if you're looking for affordable OEM quality diesel engine parts with expert advice on the other end of the line, we're here to help. If you have any questions about your diesel engine, you can call our ASE certified technicians at 844-447-1453, or you can chat with us online at highwayandheavyparts.com. Be sure to like this video and hit the subscribe button on YouTube, Facebook, and all our other social media channels to stay up to date on all the news and information from Highway and Heavy Parts. From diagnosis through delivery, we will be there.